Okay, so I welded that back in, and with this piece here, that's what that line is right there. So that just closes in the back of this. Probably wouldn't need it, but might as well do it. And I'm gonna make one area on this end for the wires to come through and out right over here. So I gotta finish my welds now. Sand those off and clean these up a little bit. But this piece this will sit in there just like that. And I'll put fastener here and here. I still think I'm going to make this to where it hooks on this flange. And then 2 fasteners and that'll be it. Should work out pretty nice. Well, sometimes things happen. Got all these nice LED lights up there and they just shut off on me. Just put them in. My electrician, I don't know if got a dead short or something, but anyway, now here's my lights. That's what I got to work with. Sure I can make it work for a while. So I drilled some holes in my cover there. Right there, and one on the other side. I'll put I'm going to put something on the front of this. Whether I bend that edge or I tuck it in under that other flange, I haven't decided yet. But so that's the next step. It's all sanded down, finished off. This looks really good. Put a rib nut in here and on the other side and put a nice stainless screw in there, or bolt. So, oh well, keep working here. Electrician's on his way. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So I want to put an edge on the front of it, a 45-degree break. That stiffens the front of that panel, and then it'll lip up underneath this piece right here. So when you put this in here, I got to trim the face of it, and the side of it fits between four. It's got 4 boundaries to it. So the way I figure out how to make that fit, so I don't have any gaps in it, everything fits really nice, is I take 2 separate pieces of scrap sheet metal and I roll that edge on there, and then I fit one side, then I fit the other side, and I put them together and clamp them. That gives me the total length that I need. That works pretty slick. See, so that fits right up under there now. And that gives me the dimension, the length I need, and both sides, all 4 sides fit. Hopefully you can see that. Let me zoom in on it here. So that little trick of taking a couple pieces of scrap is a really helpful. pull these apart so you can see it better. So now I've got two separate pieces. This side fits against this side, and here. This one here sits under there, and here and here. So put them together, then I can lay that over this and mark both sides, or all three or all four sides, and cut it, and then that thing should fit right in there if I did it right. So we'll see. Electrician's on his way. I'm going to go ahead and get this pattern clamped together, lay it on here, and get this piece cut. And then there was light. Corey Electric to the rescue. So here's my piece that I made, in case it didn't come in the dark. See how that fits? I cut two separate pieces, clamped it, and then I just tacked it with the welder. So both sides fit all the way around. Now I'm going to transfer that to this piece and cut it. And then I'm going to roll this edge. So I'll take you over and show you how I roll the edge. So this is a offset die. It's got a 45-degree bevel right there, so that's what I'm going to use on this part. So I loosen that up a little bit. The first lap through, I don't want to crush it. I'll go through 2 or 3 passes here, so I'll back this up a little bit. And so I want it to drop down, so I want to make sure I got it in the right way. So see how that's going to put a little offset here. So it's got, see the offset? That stiffens that up really. It's very solid now. We'll go put her in and see if it works. Okay, so you see I got that edge there, and that tucks right under there and slides in. And then I've got a fastener here and here. Look how nice that looks. Put some felt or some foam or something on the bottom side just to keep it from rattling. So the next step I want to do is put some stainless steel screws in there. And what I'm going to use is a rib nut, 2 rib nuts, one on each side. I've got various sizes stainless steel rib nuts here, and those are kind of handy to have in stock or just sitting around. So here's the gun, or whatever you want to call it, and basically a rib nut's just made, if you don't know what they are, they're threaded whatever size you want. Like I'm using a 1024 on these two. It's a 1024, but this is about a 3/8 or 5/16. And so your tool threads into that, and then it compresses and basically mushrooms this area out, so it will expand and hold into your hole. I already put this one in. So this one here, so I got it loaded, and you just stick it in the hole. You have to drill the hole the right size, and then this just compresses it. When it stops, it's tight. When you now you got your nut in there. Pretty handy. I don't trust them in some areas, but I mean, if it's a big bolt, it's going to hold structural elements. I'm not 100% sold on them, so then this will bolt right in place. There we go. So there's my cap, my panel. These screw in, those screw right in, and draw that up. See, I've got the back all finished off. So gets a pretty nice panel. When it's in the car, that's the angle you'll see from it. So next I want to try to get wires up to that light area, and so I think I'm going to put a chase down through one side or the other, and I think I'm going to use this aluminum. It's actually a piece of aluminum gas line, and it bends real easy. So cut my wires, pull for my wires through there. Then I added a piece of aluminum gas line, drilled a hole through this end, and slid it all the way through. Cut this area out here. And it turned and comes right out to where I want it for my lights. So now what I'm going to do is I cleaned some areas up here to bare metal. I'm going to take some short strand fiberglass and I'm going to pack underneath that to hold it from rattling there. And then I cut a spot here and did the same thing. I'm going to pack that with some fiberglass around there so it doesn't rattle. That should take care of it. I used a tongue depressor down a couple areas just to hold it up so it's not touching here. That'll be the next step.